Lip ties on a beat.
Today's guest is someone who is so special. She is a lady boss. With only being in the States for just a few years, she is the owner and CEO of several companies. One company being an actual Black-owned beauty supply, which is titled Adaora Beauty Supply and Salon, as well as LA Boss Collection Hair. Once she's got here, she hit the ground running and is not stopping anytime soon. Without further ado, let me welcome the beautiful Miss Chinecherem Eze. How are you?
Okay, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. You know it's been well overdue, and I really just appreciate you taking time out to come out. So you guys, a little backstory. I seen this beautiful lady at a UIU meeting. Shout out to UIU. And I thought her story was amazing. So I was like, she has to come on the show and share her story and how she got started. So yes, give us a little bit more about you, where you grew up and where you went to school and things like that.
I was born, raised, and bothered and all this stuff in Nigeria. I lived in my village. I grew up in my village in Suka, Inglewood State, Nigeria, the eastern part. I went to like elementary school, high school, everything there. I did a little bit of like some college there, like the first 2 years. And then I moved to Europe, and I was in med school there for like 2 years again. And then I moved here to the US. Wow. And here I am.
What was your first business, rather?
I honestly say that I can't even remember. But for the longest, one of the reasons why I can't remember is because when I was much younger, I grew up in a family of business. My mom is a businesswoman. Shout out to her. Yes. And my dad, they're all into business. The very first time that as an adult that I really remember doing business was when I was in University of Nigeria, Suka, by the way. I did 2 years there. My very first year in school, I would go to this city in Abia State, Aba, and I would get some like shoes. Of course, they're not like the best of shoes, but
it's something that the people like.
I would say my business started out of necessity. It wasn't anything passionate. Like, I'm not really passionate about hair and beauty. Of course, now I have to. I have to because you know I'm in it right now, and God is blessing me with it. But I didn't have passion in that. I just started doing it because I needed to pay my tuition. You know how expensive med school could be in Europe. I had to take care of other things.
That shows you that you don't have to start a business in something that you're already doing or something that you're just super knowledgeable about. It can be anything, finding that need.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
you know,
that.
people think that you have to be passionate about something before you start doing it. Some people actually, it's in their low moments that they create even like the things that you would be like, ooh, that's very successful, just keep doing it. Before you know it, sometimes you find passion in what you would never expect.
Exactly. When something's working out, you
exactly. Keep doing
that
it.
passion will come. Tell me again about when you realized, okay, hair and makeup or hair beauty was something, or was a good niche to get into. What was that moment like?
It would be here, because when moving from Europe, it's an entirely different culture. Everything's totally different. So when I moved over here, I'm like, wait, why is there only Asian-owned beauty supplies? I'm like, whoa. I mean, so it was curiosity that made me continue this business. Too, I was like, no, this has to change. Why would it be only one group of people? It's not just the fact that it's Asian-owned, it's the fact that it's Asian men owned, if there's anything like that. So it's mostly men in the business. We need more women. This is our area.
Speaking on that, tell me, how is it being a woman starting your own business and getting into this industry?
Oh, okay. First off, it's not easy being a woman. You guys already know.
Yes.
You know, it's a whole lot of things. So women, shout out to you guys. You guys are doing great. It's not been easy, and it's mostly because all my distributors, like, none of them is a woman. Let's start. When I go to like places to get stuff, they look at me like,
hey,
is she
this
like
one?
They're like, oh, where's your boss? I'm like, I own the business.
I'm the boss.
Yeah, they don't really, it took them time to get used to it. I'm like, you know what, I'll just keep playing this game until I eventually win it over.
Oh, man, that's crazy. But I love how you push through regardless. tell me, do you feel like it is a taboo for women to talk about starting their own businesses, or you know, even money? Because we know men kind of sit down together and they discuss business ideas, money. Do you feel like women tend not to do that?
Yeah, well, I would say things are changing. I would say before, sometimes it's frustrating when you have men in your lives, or in your life, rather, that don't really, that still don't see that we've advanced. You know, we're way past the 90s.
We have so much more to bring to the table.
Right. Let me tell you this short story. So when I was back home, I was about to leave to Europe, and then I had this man that was kind of wanting to marry me. Now, mind you, I was like 19 or something like that. And then when I mentioned I was going abroad, he kind of didn't like it. I understand the fact that he doesn't want me to leave, right? But why would you start saying, oh, you can actually, there are really good schools here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just canceled him right away. Like, I cannot do that. Those are the kind of men that tomorrow, if you want to start a business or advance your career or want to get a PhD, they'll start looking at you like,
who is this one trying to do this?
Yeah, so women, we need to do better.
Absolutely. When do you feel like it's a good time to make that side hustle you got going on into your main hustle? Like, when is that click moment where you're like, okay?
There's really no best time, best moment. If you're right now, if you're wherever you are right now, I would say there's no best moment. If you're waiting for that perfect moment, then you probably not have your dreams actualized. You probably not do that business, you wouldn't have that PhD, that degree, or whatever you need.
Or you can't really tell the opportunities that are actually there when you're inside of it. So tell me, do you feel like being an immigrant has made you be able to see opportunity and come to, you know, come to Cali and feel like, hey, I can do this, I can make this happen?
Yeah, absolutely. Just in general, first off, being an immigrant definitely helped me. But also, it's just, I don't like to think it's only because it doesn't just work, oh, it's just coming to America. It's something that it works, you know, across the globe, right? If someone wants to move from America to Nigeria, obviously when you're moving or when you're making such a big move in your life, you definitely do have like a vision or mission or goal or something you want to accomplish. Okay, I learned a lot of things. You know, just not being raised here. Not that there's anything wrong with being raised here, because I've seen people that were raised here that actually are doing really great. But my environment and how I was raised really formed me, business-wise, intellectually, and like, you know, other areas of my life, morally and stuff. So yeah, coming here, I had those dreams, and a lot of people do too, even people of other races. When they come here, you want to like, cause the reason why you're coming here, well, some people don't come here for economical reasons and stuff, but me, I came here because I want like a greener pasture, the American dream, but mine is not a dream, it's a reality. Because, you know, some dreams stay in the dream, right? So mine is real, and I'm here to live the reality. So,
I love that. So tell me about, I love your passion, and I love something that you talked about at the meeting when I first met you, was how you, if you have an idea or if someone tells you something or an opportunity, you make it happen. So elaborate more on that, how that type of personality to just make stuff happen and keep going, not thinking about any of the what if or what if, you know what I mean? Tell me more about that.
Okay, I like to see myself, or I like to say that I don't think about stuff. I don't let things bother me. I don't know, I just grew up, no, I don't think about nothing. Like, for example, I'm not one of those people that sit and worrying about my rent, how to pay my this, that. I don't do that, because worrying is not going to change anything. Instead of me to worry, I call up, lend me this money, I'm going to, you know, have it this. That's you going out and solving your problem. Sitting or like drinking or doing something is not going to change anything. So now that has like kind of like affected or reflected in everything that I do.
And I love that.
Thank you. Right now we have a business idea and stuff. You know, the first thing I do, I just jump on Instagram, grab the name to make sure it's secured. Jump on like Facebook, Twitter if I want to have those platforms as well. And then I create an email for it. I buy the website, the domain name. At least that's a
She's dropping gems right now, you guys.
So you secure those things, because then because the truth is, if you let your ideas sit in for a while, you start losing the passion to let you even think about it. Because the Bible said every perfect, you know, ideas and gifts comes from God. So for God to even let you think about that idea, because there are like over how many 7 point something billion people in the world. So for that idea to come to you, do you think you're the only one that is serving God? Do you think some other people are not praying for great and innovative ideas? So if it comes to you, you have to act on it, because God wants you to be the one to execute. Family can be a blessing and a curse. Well, not a curse, but a small curse, in the sense that, you know, sometimes they're like, oh, are you sure you can do this? Do you have the money? Have you thought about this, that? No. Hold up. Don't project your fear in me. Because if you think you cannot do it, there's something that I cannot do. You're you and I'm me. We have different grace. We operate on different levels.
Tell me, where does your drive come from? Where does this passion, where does your inspiration come from?
It honestly comes from God. God has been as redundant and as like cliched as that may sound, it's the reality. I can't know, I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want to sound cliche and say something else. No, it's God. He's been my inspiration. Even like in my down and low moments, he's always been the one that I look up to. And then another second thing that keeps me going is music. When I mean music, I mean gospel music, by the way. I'm so much like don't worry, I'll start singing. So I'm about to release my track. I'm writing it. God, you know my heart. When I worship Him sincerely, it's just a way of like, God, I can't even believe that you love me this much and you're treating me this way. Like, what is it I have done
to deserve all?
So yeah, God is my biggest inspiration.
I love that. I want to know, what advice do you have for women entrepreneurs that are starting off? What advice can you give them?
What I would say is, first and foremost, very first, it's the Lord that gives you the power to create wealth. If God does not give you that strength, you just see yourself rolling, like you keep going in circles, just like the children of Israelites. You keep turning and just things that were supposed to take you like 2 years to build, you end up like taking 10 years to build it, jumping from one border or corner to the other. But once you have God, He directs you, and that's the most important thing about God and the Holy Spirit. Now, besides just having God, you also need to like do your own path too, right? Surround yourself with positive people. I can't like keep saying it enough. You have to surround yourself with people that think like you. Don't surround yourself with sarcastic people, negative people, people that are always like, I mean, those people, they drain your energy. Yeah, you know, people are like, are you sure? Can this? Please run away from people like that. You have to have faith. You have to believe in that whatever product you're selling, even if you're selling like a pieces of paper, you have to believe that that paper is going to it's going to like blow up. It's going to go like, it's going to drive people crazy.
How you treat your stuff, that's how other people will see it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And that is even how your staff will see it too. If you're just nonchalant, like you don't even care about your customers and stuff, how will your staff even care about them?
Here we go. Nigerian culture. What does your Nigerian culture mean to you? And what does it mean for your business and anything? Okay.
It's so funny because if you had come me like a year or 2 years ago, I would be saying something totally different. Really? I'm one of those people. Look, I'm not proud of it. I'm one of those people that try not to be around Nigerians a lot, and the reason is because it's my experiences, right? It's not just Nigerians, it happens in other races too, but it's like sometimes when you're around some certain people, or even like people from your place, they tend to they're gossiping, they're always doing this, that.
Look, she's keeping it real, y'all. She's keeping it 100.
Yes, we have to keep it real, right? So
we tend to talk.
Yes, we do. And it just, when I came here, it was just the same thing. So I would rather like, you know, just be by myself. It's not even like I want to be with people of other races. I would rather be with like African Americans or like just people, you know, but just not them. But just recently, and of course this business, Adaora Beauty, I've just started like, even see the name of the store is a local name. It's like Nigerian, because I'm very pro-African, like pro-Igbo. Yes. I'm like to the core, any day, anytime. Yes. Because together we win. We win better when you're as a team. And thank God that's what the UIU is doing. Because when they invited me to teach the master class, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Because that's like my first master class that I'm teaching ever. So you guys actually created a history for me, and I will never forget it, because anywhere I go to, however God takes me to higher places tomorrow, it was like an eye opener. That all those stereotypes and stuff that I used to think, even though like that experience one thing in one geographical location does not mean that it would cut across to the other location. So I'm just like, right now, I'm all about my Igbo.
It's kind of like a paradigm shift.
Yes, it was a serious paradigm shift. Yes, I want to be more around Igbo people. I even want to marry.
Yes. Look, speaking of that, is there any special man in your life? Let the people know. I know it's going to be some fine men watching this. They want to know. They're like, I want this girl.
Oh my God.
So you can let us know.
Last 2 years, I've been in that space in my life where like I don't think I need like a husband or nothing like that, and that's because sometimes being in a relationship and running business, if you're not with someone very supportive, it can be like a thorn in your own flesh.
Exactly.
But right now I'm like, okay, I'm open to it. God, whatever. So I don't have someone now. But I'm just trusting God that God will send me the right person, because I would rather be with the right person than just want to be in a relationship.
Chinecherem, it's been such a pleasure having you here today. I want to know, let the people know, how can we find you? What projects can we, see coming soon? Okay. Anything like that. And I'll make sure that I tag all that stuff below. So let us know.
So it's a long list, and I don't think I want to bore you guys, but let me just talk about the ones that are like really fresh. So the biggest thing for me with my Adaora Beauty is the fact that we just started franchising out. So we have 4 or 5 franchises right now. The latest one opening is the one with the Shaderoom on Inglewood, Manchester, Bolivia, and Adaora.
Let us know, the Shaderoom.
Oh yeah, the Shaderoom, the God of franchise of Adaora Beauty. So you guys should better come support your people.
Yes, you guys.
Yes, and then I have another one that is just opening up in San Jose. The grand opening is September 24th. Wow. So I think
pretty soon.
September 24th. Yeah. So I'll be going down there to show my support as well. And then I have like one in Louisiana and like other states coming up. So but I will announce them as they happen. And then like my LA Boss brand, I also collaborated again, partnered with the Shaderoom for a collection of that brand. So we're just kind of working on the ground, and it will soon like manifest by the grace of God.
Look, you gotta give me some of that hair so I can rock it
so
on
you can
the
see,
show.
right? Oh, no, absolutely. You know what? Because of that, like I owe you one hair.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Oh yeah, please do it. And also like a lot of people don't know that I'm an actress. I act too, and I produce. So I've produced like 2 short films, but this time around, moving forward by the grace of God, next year, pre-production is in pre-production stage right now. I already have the script. Every year I want to be producing like 1 or 2 feature films. So coming next year.
She's awesome. You guys, isn't she just amazing? Like it just keeps coming and coming. You guys, for sure, I'm gonna tag her information so you guys can follow this queen and just see all the amazing things she's doing. And make sure you go check out her beauty supply, ladies. I know we need it. We have to support Black-owned businesses.
Absolutely.
Okay?
And we need more Black-owned beauty supplies too.
Yes. So yes.
So thank you guys for having me.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure. She's so awesome. I'm Olivia Ejiofor, host of Inspire Africa. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.